Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about the transfer window, we're going to be talking about Paul Pogba potentially moving to Real Madrid, and we're also going to be talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a manager. Is he good enough, kind of thing. So I just figured that instead of making one video on one topic, we could just kind of put them all into one video, and maybe it'll be a bit longer, but who cares? Just trying out some new things. So let's just start off with a transfer window. Really disappointing transfer window. We didn't get any of, Ollie didn't get any of his targets that he wanted. I think the big talking point would be that we didn't get Jadon Sancho, which is, I don't know. I mean, that whole saga was just so absolutely, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just awful. I mean, for such a long time, it was just the same update. It was 120 mil or nothing. But even before that, when it was first coming out that personal terms were agreed, I just remember how excited everybody was, thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen. We're going to sign Jadon Sancho. Fast forward a couple of months, here we are, no Jadon Sancho, and we're probably not going to sign him anywhere near the future. We're never going to see him in a United shirt, I don't think, which is really gutting, because it would have been a fantastic addition. I mean, think about it. He ticks every box. He's young, he's a right winger. We needed a natural right winger. He can also play on the left. And yeah, he's a world-class player at such a young age, and we could have done with having him in the squad. I did hear somewhere that we sent in the bid for the asking price that Dortmund wanted, so I'm assuming 120 mil. We did send a bid of that towards the end of the window, but Dortmund rejected it anyway, basically saying, look, we gave you a date, right, to send the bid. You didn't do it. We gave you a price. You didn't pay that until now. You can get stuffed. They basically just made us look like pillocks. Well, not us, but the board and Ed Woodward. And it just goes to show you how incompetent they are in the market. We can't just expect to get away with stuff like that. Obviously, they thought that Dortmund would cave in and accept a lower price, but they're not idiots, They know they've got a really good player on their hands and they need him. So unless they get that money, they're not going to sell him. Simple as. And they gave us the date as well, which I think was the 11th of August. And yeah, we didn't meet that either. So again, the incompetence of the board is showing, and we're suffering for it. So no Sancho, but we did make 5 signings with Donny van de Beek, Alex Telles, Edinson Cavani, Amad Traore, or is it Amad Diallo now? It's one of them, and Facundo Pelestri, or Pelestri. I'm not actually sure how you pronounce his name. They are the signings that we made. Happy with Donny van de Beek. I'm happy with him. I'm also very happy with Alex Telles, because I do think we have needed a new centre-back for a little while. I just, nothing against Luke Shaw, but I just don't really think he's good enough. Alex Telles is an attacking mind fullback, which is kind of what we need. I think he's going to do very well with Rashford on that wing, and I'm very excited to see them link up. I'm also very excited to see him whipping crosses and Edinson Cavani head him into the goal. Let's talk about Edinson Cavani. So at first, I wasn't very happy with the signing, because I think I was just being a bit bitter, really, more than anything, because obviously he got the number 7 shirt, which was destined to be Sancho's. Obviously not, but yeah, at first I was very confused with this signing, because I'm thinking, he's 33, why is he coming here? You could tell this was not a signing Ollie wanted. It was definitely a panic buy, and we've got Martial up front. But then I started thinking about it logically, and I was thinking, all right, well, other than Martial, who can we play up front? We're not going to play Greenwood up front, most likely, because who are we going to stick on the wing then? Dan James. But obviously, Ollie doesn't rate Dan James, that much is clear. I do actually think he's an alright addition. I do. I just hope he comes here and scores goals. I hope he comes here and he does an Ibrahimovic. I'm really hoping it's not another Falcao, because that would just be really upsetting. As well as that, we did get him as a free agent, so we didn't pay anything for him. So if he does come here and he's absolutely crap, well, you know, at least we didn't spend anything on him. We can always say that. But yeah, I mean, I've read a few of his interviews about joining United. I've seen him training, and when I say that, I mean I've seen a video of him running on a treadmill, and he seems like he's raring to go. He seems like he wants to prove a point. And, you know, thinking about it now, I do think he's going to add some experience, you know, for the younger strikers. I think he can, you know, give them some really good experience, teach them a thing or two. And so, yeah, I'm just hoping he comes here, does bits, scores goals. He's only here for a year, so if that's the case, does bits, scores goals, and then fucks off at the end of the year, unless they extend it, because there is an option for another year. I've already spoken about Donny van de Beek, so I won't say anything about him. So Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri, I don't really know a lot about them. I mean, prior to them joining United, I'd never even heard of them. So, you know, I can't really say much on them other than they're young and apparently they are very good. So hopefully they come in and, you know, as youngsters, and they just tear up the Premier League. They do like a Ronaldo, you know, they're like Ronaldo's level. That's what I'm hoping for, but we won't know until we see. I mean, we're not even getting Amad Diallo till January anyway because of something to do with a passport. But overall, really disappointing window. If I was to rate it out of 10, I'd say 3. Because we didn't get anyone that we wanted, really. Other than maybe Alex Telles. But I don't even know if, you know, Ollie wanted him. But I am really glad we did get him at the end, because when we missed out on Sergio Reguilon, I was just thinking to myself, yeah, this just ain't going well. But yeah, 3 out of 10 window. Just crap, really. Just absolutely crap. No issues addressed. No issues addressed. And where do we go from here? Right, so let's talk about Paul Pogba now. So a couple of days ago, in an interview, he was asked about, you know, a potential move to Real Madrid, in which he responded saying that he would love to play for Real Madrid and it's a dream for him, as well as, you know, many other footballers. He also did say that at the minute he's happy with Manchester United, he's happy in Manchester. But with me, I don't know, with Pogba, I really don't know. There's no denying he's a class player. Like, look, I'm not saying he's crap. Yes, he is a class player. However, we bought him for 89 million. And off the top of my head, I think he's only had about 5 or 6 good, you know, performances. Like, honestly. And, you know, for a player that's being praised as always world class, you know, he's amazing, and which he is. I know he is, but at United, I don't think he's done too well at Manchester United. If I really do think about it, he's not being played in his preferred position, because we've got Bruno Fernandes, you know, in the attacking midfielder role. So Pogba is now playing kind of more deep, along with, you know, Matic. The issue there is that it's not his preferred role. As a creative player, you know, he wants to be up near the edge of the box, doing stuff, taking shots, but he can't do that because he has to sit back and let, you know, Bruno do that. Now the issue with this is I don't see Solskjaer dropping Bruno to play Pogba in that role, and I also don't see him putting Bruno in a deeper role like Pogba. I just don't see it happening. So now we have an issue with, all right, well, you're not going to drop Bruno, and we're not really getting much out of you in a deeper role, so what do we do now? Well, me personally, and this is my personal opinion, I think we should just let Pogba leave and go to Real Madrid, PSG, wherever it may be. I think we should let him go. And that's not because I hate him or anything. It's just simply because he's not doing anything here. You know, he's only won, like, what, 1 trophy? With a player of his ability, he wants to be winning trophies, playing at the highest level. And so I say, okay, well, why don't we just let him go? Because he's clearly not working here. So in my eyes, it'd be best for both parties. He goes to a different club, plays in his preferred position, probably wins trophies. whilst we, with the money we've spent, can buy a more defensive midfielder, which is probably what we need. Now again, I love Pogba. I think he's great. I do. I think he's a really good player. But for whatever reason, it's just not worked out here, which is, you know, it's a shame. It's always a shame when a player doesn't work out. Like even, you know, Di Maria, I don't even think he had that bad of a season. But, you know, with everything, him not liking Manchester, his house getting broken into, it just didn't work out. No denying he's still a class player though. But yeah, I do think that Pogba should leave. I think we should sell him. I just think it'd be best for both parties, in all honesty. No hate towards the guy. I reckon he's a lovely bloke, you know, but I do think we need to just think logically at this point. So yes, that is what I think. Let me know if you think the same. Let me know if you think differently. I would like some feedback. Now let's talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which is the last topic of the video. We're going to be talking about whether I think he's good enough to be our manager. Now I've kind of touched on this a little bit in my other videos, but again, I just want to talk about it more in depth, I suppose. I don't think he's good enough to win us a Premier League. I don't think he's good enough to win us a trophy. He doesn't seem to have any tactics whatsoever. I've noticed he doesn't seem to have any tactics whatsoever, and it shows when we play. We don't have a style of play. You know, when you watch other teams, you can see them doing stuff and you're like, yeah, they've definitely, you know, worked on that. They've definitely been told to do that. With us, with Manchester United, when we play, I don't see that. I just see us passing the ball around and just, you know, looking for opportunities. I just see us relying on individual brilliance. And that's not going to win us trophies. It's not going to win us games. The amount of penalties we've had as well to win games, where, you know, if we didn't have the penalty, we wouldn't have won, is crazy. It's absolutely mental. I think he's done good for us. I think, you know, getting us third last season, you know, you can't deny that is good. He's helped us massively there with the tools he was given. But now I think it's time for an actual, you know, winning manager to come in, take over this squad and just do absolute bits with it. So I'm thinking maybe someone like Allegri. I actually think Nagelsmann would be a really good option. He's the coach of RB Leipzig. And also Thomas Tuchel, the PSG coach. I would love Thomas Tuchel, but I don't see it happening. To be honest, I don't see any of them happening. I think that if we do get rid of Solskjaer, I think our next manager would be Poch. I hope not, though. I hope not. And look, nothing against Poch, but I don't see any progress being made under him, because, you know, look at his time at Tottenham. No trophies. He actually said that trophies just inflates ego. And he was also satisfied with, you know, just staying in the top four. That is the ideal customer for the Glazers. He didn't eat, at one point as well, I don't think he spent a penny in the transfer window, or it might have been two. So, I don't want Poch. But I have a gut feeling that if we do get rid of Solskjaer, it will be him. So yeah, for me, Allegri, Nagelsmann, or Tuchel, they would be my three ideal managers, but I don't think we're going to get any of them. And it's a shame about Ole. It is a shame. But I just think for Manchester United, we need winning managers. We need managers that know what they're doing with different tactics. It's just very bland football at the minute. Apparently, Bruno Fernandes at half-time versus Tottenham went into the dressing room, you know, started having a go at the players, saying, you don't deserve to wear the United shirt, you don't deserve to wear the badge. And apparently he also dug into Ole as well, saying, you know, there's no tactics. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That could be complete waffle. But if it is, you know, when your own players start calling you out, that's when, you know, there's a problem. That's when there's a problem. Now again, I don't know if that's true. Like I said, it could be complete shit. But for some reason, I kind of can believe it, because I know what Bruno is like. He does seem like that type of player. He should be our captain, not Harry Maguire. So for me personally, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is good enough to be manager. I'm thankful for what he's done, but now I think it's time for, like I said, a winning manager to come in, and then we can hopefully start winning stuff. And alright, well, I've got somewhere to be soon, so I'm gonna have to end the video now. I did want to talk a little bit more, but I guess I could make another video on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if I really wanted to. But I just want to say thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.